You're listening to the Pittsburgh Piledriver. What the hell is that? Podcast.
Oh, have mercy. That's right. Ransom's back. I can't wait to fill your ears with all of my anger and vitriol because I'm dying. NXT is dying. Our happiness is dying. There's nothing good in the world anymore. It's all shit. It's all garbage. But wait. Oh, hello. Who's honking? It's not all garbage because there's lots of things that are happening, especially this weekend. Things be happening this weekend. And things, my good people, are what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about anger, vitriol, all manner of our disappointment and frustration, and we're going to talk about our excitement for this upcoming weekend, because if you're not a wrestling fan, A, what the hell are you doing listening to this podcast? And B, you should be a wrestling fan because this weekend is going to be one of those times where you just want to buy the shit, watch the shit, and have a party.
If you
Stop
can buy the shit.
fucking around in the background, you amateurs. Poop the Bard, Tiger Bomb Tom, Beef the Legend, the Mad King, Ransom the Madman.
So good.
We're here. We're interrupted by people who think they're good enough to interrupt. And yeah, it's time for wrestling, boys. So I haven't been here in 2 weeks because, you know, good things and then terrible things. And now we have a lot to discuss in the wrestling world because it seems as though shit's going down, both on the good and the bad.
And the ugly.
Hey, man, let me start by saying this.
Yeah.
If your business model is to uproot the service by which people can purchase the single largest pay-per-view of the year on mere days before said pay-per-view, maybe you need to revisit your business model. I'm looking at you, Bleacher Report. Maybe
What
you guys
happened?
don't know this. Well,
Yeah, fill me in.
so Bleacher Report Live is no more. Bleacher Report Live is how you used to view AEW products.
Right.
Now
Okay.
it's all Bleacher Report. Sounds easy enough, right? Oh,
Yeah.
except for Bleacher Report's not an app on the Apple TV. Bleacher Report doesn't exist yet on Xbox or PlayStation, although a wonderful customer service rep by the name of Kelly assured me that, have no fear, it'll be up by Sunday. I've heard that shit before. I've said that shit before. Kelly, you're full of it. Bleacher Report, you're dropping the fucking ball.
Eat
Tony-
shit, Kelly.
Now,
Tony
hold on.
Khan, I'm begging you. And I know that they are in this deal with Warner Media, and that Warner Media owes Bleacher Report. That's why they are the exclusive provider of AEW pay-per-views. That's all well and good. Except when people can't watch the fucking shit on their television because you can't cast it from the app, by the way. And yeah, like I said, PlayStation and Xbox, as of this recording, do not have the app for functionality.
Do you have a
Now,
computer?
hold on. Now, wait. Hold on. Before you start really giving Kelly the business,
I'm not giving Kelly the business. I
let's
want to make that known.
just roll this back and clarify here for a minute. So Bleacher Report Live gone.
Yes.
Bleacher Report is now how you're going to watch this. However,
Allegedly.
Bleacher Report doesn't have an app. Is that right?
That is not on Xbox or PlayStation.
So they only
or
They only
on-
have an app on what?
Phones.
What about computer?
only
What
have
about
an app on
computer?
So
phones.
yes. To Pooch's point, you can go on your computer. You can hook up your HDMI and run it that way, which is my fucking backup to the backup plan on Sunday. Whenever we host a party, and I get to have a bunch of people watch it all, and we all only pay one price because fuck you, Bleacher Report. That's why we're doing it.
But listen, though.
Yes.
They're saying that, and I know you've said this before, I've said it before, we've both worked in that customer service world. Oh, gunshots or backfires. It's hard to tell anymore. It's still happening. It's more concerning now that it's still happening.
Duck and cover.
No,
think of your back.
No, bring it here.
No.
Bring it here. Get me right in the spine. Give me the old Magneto treatment, and I'll Charles Xavier all over your ass. They're saying that the app is supposed to be live by Sunday, and Sunday is the day of the paper vent.
Allegedly.
The paper vent.
So, okay, now.
But that doesn't work for people with anxiety, myself included, who's sitting here going, okay, I'm going to have a room full of people. What the fuck's going to happen? I called my local.
You're gonna hook up your computer and you're gonna HDMI it, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Super easy.
Yeah,
super
which is
easy.
gonna be
no,
super.
the pops are in a different direction. This is increasingly concerning.
It's a return gunfire.
Fucking
Duck and
turf
cover.
war. Red's not
is.
gonna deliver
There's
turf
gonna
war.
be a fight tonight.
It's fine. The Mad King is strapped. I'm good. I'll pop up. I'll pop it.
The Urukai have come.
Yeah, well, guess what? I've got the sword of Bo Bridges.
Bo Burnham. The sword of Bo Burnham.
Bo Bennett.
Shut up and listen to me.
Bo Dallas.
Fart.
Bo leave.
We don't need to continue this line. I understand your frustration and your anger, but I feel like it's all for naught because
likely.
Oh no, the app doesn't work. Stick that HDMI in your computer, stick it in your TV, pow, here it is. Right there.
Okay.
So yes, you're a little inconvenienced, but you know what?
Here's the
Welcome
thing.
to being a fucking adult.
Here's the thing. Not everybody has a computer that they can stream it from, though. A lot of people rely. Well, here's my larger point, though. A lot of people rely on Xbox or PlayStation as their streaming. Their mediator, the middleman. So this is going to hurt AEW on pay-per-view buys.
If I may, wah.
Is Bleacher Report Tony? Does Tony Khan own that?
No.
Warner Media
so they're a completely separate entity then. So Bleacher Report doesn't base their entire business functionality around what some people consider the most important event of a weekend. So not everybody sees it that way.
Hold on. If you pay attention, hold on, because this is an important point. If you pay attention to what Bleacher Report streams, I think you'd agree that the biggest single function of money that they're going to get for the entire year would probably be All Out.
Now, here's a question. What else does Bleacher Report stream?
Fucking nothing. That's the thing. Not golf, not football, not baseball. I think they have soccer, but you don't think you have to pay for soccer. Not UFC, not UFC, not hockey.
Boxing?
Fucking nothing.
Okay, so here it is. Yes, it's going to suck for people that don't have a computer, but you know what? Hey, it's 2021. What are you doing? And I don't want to hear what if they can't afford a computer? Then why can they afford an Xbox or a PlayStation but not a computer? Shut up, get your priorities in line, figure out how adulting works, and buy a damn computer. For us, which is honestly who I give a shit about, sorry people that are listening, if you can't watch AEW, that's on you. Buy a computer, pleb.
Wow.
Well, here's the thing.
Buy a computer, pleb.
He's not finished. Go ahead.
Get your rage behind you. Have another beer. I'm going to bring some pumpkin juice. It'll be fine because we'll plug in the computer. We're going to watch All Out. As far as this podcast goes,
we'll be fine.
This is all for naught. We're going to be fine. It'll be great. If somebody has a complaint, take it up with Bleacher Report. Talk to Kelly. She'll sort you out. But we don't have to worry about that.
No.
Listen, saying,
hold on.
This is akin to CBS on like Super Bowl, like the week before Super Bowl, going, hey, you know what?
Super Bowl
Instead
Saturday?
of broadcast Super Bowl
On
Saturday,
their shirts are too tight, Billy.
this
Hey.
is akin to CBS changing up how they're broadcasting the Super Bowl like the week of. And they're like, wait. Instead of working on network TV, which is perfectly
Said the king.
serviceable and everything works, we're going to do this thing that may or may not exist at the time. Like I said,
It's not a good decision. It's not a good decision. I'm not arguing with you there. It's
I love
not a
you,
good
Poot.
decision. But at the same time, fuck them. We're gonna watch it.
No, I hear you.
I feel like, Beef, honestly, and I'm you know me. If you have a good point, I will stand by you and be like, hell yeah, brother, let's do it, brother. But like, dude, honestly, like, if the biggest problem in your life is I have to hook up an HDMI to my TV.
Again, I'm not fighting for myself.
No, but there's also the whole thing of like, how many TVs, how many times have you been somewhere you've accidentally left Bluetooth or something on, and like you open up YouTube on your phone, and it's like, oh, do you want to cast to this nearby TV?
You cannot cast on that. I do not believe
Oh, that's bullshit. I guarantee you.
Hold on.
Now, hold on. I've done my research. It's not like I'm flying blind because,
Okay.
like I said, the last 2 days I'm like, what the fuck's gonna happen with All Out? I don't know. So like I've been doing my reading, and yes, as far as I've read, you cannot cast Bleacher Report. Now again, I'm not talking about Bleacher Report Live. I'm talking about Bleacher Report because the problem is with Xbox and PlayStation, they don't have that Bleacher Report companion app. They have Bleacher Report Live, which is now in sunset.
Okay, so all right, so here's the thing. First of all, if they had Bleacher Report Live as an app, I'm sure they can convert it over semi easily. I would guess that's one.
Probably gonna be
regardless.
fine.
Then why haven't they done it yet?
Hold on. Number two,
I will not.
if somebody doesn't have a computer, most people rely on their phones anyways for everything from fucking YouTube to watching streams to watching porn to whatever. I don't care what it is.
Oh, listen, this is a Christian stream. Don't mention the P word.
Fuck.
Oh,
It ain't.
pussy.
Fucking bullshit.
Pussy.
Anyways, pussy.
I'm just saying.
I'm not finished either. God
Okay, I'm gonna
damn
go
it.
get a beer.
Good, do that.
Do it.
Do it. Good.
I'm gonna go
Listen,
get beer.
listen. It's gonna be fine. Watch
love
it on
us.
your phone. You may not have it on your fucking giant 65-inch plasma fucking screen TV, but you'll be fine.
Oh
and
my
you know what?
God.
If it,
Dude
and if
just
you- if-
earthworm Jimmed. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Plasma.
and and to Ransom's point, if you have such an enormous giant TV, but you don't have a simple
I don't like to
iPad
brag.
or something or a laptop, any fucking laptop, it doesn't even have to be expensive. Go buy a fucking Chromebook.
Now hold on. Okay, I'm back. I'm back.
I'm
No,
not
hold on.
Beef, shut up. God,
What a shit show.
go get
this
another
is.
beer. Jesus
The
Christ.
point, the
This
point
is a shit
continues.
show.
The point being, it's not the end of the world. Watch it on your phone. They'll fix it. You'll be fine. Get over it.
Here's what I'm saying.
I'm so
Prior to
happy.
last year, I did not have a PC because I was like, I don't need a PC. I have an Xbox. Xbox provides everything I need. What's the point of having a PC? Now, yes, I have since joined the master race, and I love my PC, and I want to hug it and kiss it and tell it that I love it.
And
Okay, I understand that.
That's a whole nother podcast.
But
Anyway.
listen, I'm not the minority here. I'm sure there are people out there who have said, okay, do I want to spend $500 on a computer, $500 on an Xbox, or on a PlayStation, and have gone the route of an Xbox or a PlayStation because console gaming is all they know. Thus, my point,
Now,
those people have
Yeah.
the sword of Damocles dangling over their head currently.
I just want to say this pro tip for anybody out there listening who finds himself in this boat to where I don't have a computer. What if the app's not live on your Apple TV or your Xbox or PlayStation? If you have an iPhone and you have an Apple TV, you can do what is called screen sharing, to where you pull up what you want to watch on your phone, you tap that screen share button, and it doesn't matter what it is because it streams right from your phone to your Apple TV. But bing, bong, bang, there's Bleacher on your
here's the thing.
TV.
With sports, that's a hairy situation with sports because I remember I had for my Droid 2, I had an HDMI connector. And I thought we had just moved into our apartment. It was like the night of the Ravens Steelers game, and I'm like, I'm not gonna miss this fucking game. I want to watch it on my television. Yeah. So I hooked up my phone, my Droid 2, to the television, and it said cannot display due to media reasons. 90% of the time.
No, this won't do that. Like this is screen share. This is screen share from your phone to your Apple TV. So it mirrors what's on your phone. What you tap on your phone shows up on your TV. The home screen on your phone shows up on the TV.
Even videos. Okay.
Music, whatever. It's screen share.
I don't know
baby.
Apple, so I don't know Apple.
Get yourself an Apple TV, get yourself an iPhone, and you won't have any of these problems.
I know that
we move on to talk about
Chromebook, I couldn't. I'm talking about wrestling. This is important because I think
I don't. You know what's important? You know what's important?
Happy.
What?
The raping of NXT. That's important.
Now, before we get
dropped
into
a hard R word there.
WWE just R. Kelly'd NXT.
Oh wow!
Do we want to do?
Yes, they did.
While we're on the All Out bandwagon, do we want to talk All Out and do our picks, or do we want to save those and get into NXT?
I don't care. Let's
get the picks over with, and then we can talk about.
Yes, get them over with.
Yeah.
All right. So
talk about the golden shower of NXT.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not aware, I think we've announced a couple times. At the end of August, there was a tie, and we do have new Cruiserweight champions in the form of Tiger Bomb Tom and Beef the Legend. That's right, Tiger Beef is here to stay. So,
At least until the end of this month.
At least to the end of this month, when Dave probably gets his fucking belt back.
Fuck you, allegedly, Dave.
Listen, all things being equal, I really enjoyed his last little video there.
I did too, actually.
That being said, we do have picks for All Out. Let's not beleaguer the point. Let's jump right in. On the pre-show, we have...
Is this free? Is the pre-show free?
Yes.
I think they always are.
How many points are we divvying out here, dum-dum?
Total of 10 points. So
10
you
points.
have...
wow, 10 matches. Good
I'm
Lord.
gonna keep track of the points that I use for once. So you know,
I'm not flying by the seat of my crotch.
The seat of my dick.
All right, let me ask you your opinions, because there are 10 matches, but I have a special 11th kind of wild card here. Do we want to say 11 points, or do we want to be able to assign the wild card to whatever?
Wait, boys, it's been a minute. Wild card!
What's the 11th match?
So, who debuts? I'm going to ask you who debuts. Here's something that I think will be fun. We can say who debuts and put, and like Final Jeopardy, wager points. Up to 10, I would say. If you're right, you get those points. If you're wrong, you lose those points.
So, if you're wrong, you lose those points from your...
Total. Yep.
No. I say you just don't get them.
Well, then what's the fun in that? What's the wild card in that?
Because then if you pick the wild card right, you get the points and the other people don't. You get what I'm getting at here? Like,
well, then if
that's again, that all goes to how much you want to wager. You can wager 0 points.
Right.
Therefore, you will lose no points.
All right, I'm picking up what you're putting down here. Okay, never mind. Okay.
You guys dig Final Jeopardy?
Yeah, let's do Final Jeopardy. I'm good with that.
All right, cool. So, yes, 10 points and then the wild card at the end. I love beers. All right. So, on the pre-show...
Beef getting alky over here. Go on.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is.
Some fun tonight, boys. Listen, Ohio State won last night. They got All Out coming out this weekend. If I can order it, it's a good weekend. I'm joking.
Poor foot.
His poor foot. It's fine. All right. So, on the pre-show, we have the buy-in. We have the Best Friends, which is made up of Orange Cassidy,
the Best Friends,
Chuck Taylor, and Wheeler Yuta, and the Jurassic Express, made up of Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, with Marco Stunt on the outside, versus the Hardy Family Office, which is comprised of Matt Hardy and Private Party, which is Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn, and the Hybrid 2, Angelico and Jack Evans. As your reigning champion, I choose to lead off here.
Whoa.
And...
hold yourself.
All right. As a reigning co-champion,
thank you.
I choose to lead off.
That's fine.
I am going to pick the best friends in Jurassic Express. I'm going to put 4 points on it. My question here, though, is why are we relegating Orange Cassidy and Jungle Boy, who are two of your biggest success stories in the last year, to the pre-show?
Because it's
That's a
big
good
mess.
looking question.
Because it's a big mess of a match. That's why.
I think I have an answer to that, because isn't Jurassic Express facing off against the Elite, against the Young Bucks later on in a steel cage match for the tag titles?
They are not.
Who is?
The Lucha Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, boy.
I missed that. Okay, my bad.
So I'm like, and I get that it's a big mess of a match, but again, like, you know, Orange Cassidy and Jungle Boy, two guys who as Tony Khan has gone out of his way to purchase actual song rights for, are curtain jerking. And here you have fucking Paul White on the main card. I don't get it. I guess I could gripe about that another time.
Yeah, Paul White. What are you
Shut up,
saying,
Poot.
He's doing the elite. The elite.
Yeah, but
get it.
But he's not saying the
I'm
elite.
saying
He's
street and
something-
deet. Anyway, go on.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I couldn't understand it.
Who are you picking, Poot, and how much are you wagering on them?
Oh my God! The best friends for 3.
Ransom.
Best friends, 5 points.
Tom.
Best friends in Jungle Express will also do 5 points.
The Women's Casino Battle Royale, which
Lord.
includes, and I'm going to go through it once, gentlemen, Nyla Rose, Thunder Rosa, The Bunny, Big Swole, Julia Hart, Tay Conti, Diamante, Penelope Ford, Red Velvet, Hikaru Shida, Emi Sakura, Jade Cargill, Kira Hogan, Abaddon, Layla Hirsch, Kaylin King, Rebel, Jamie Hayter, Anna J, Riho, Sky Blue, I don't know who that is, and TBD.
Is it me?
It is your pick.
Abaddon for 1.
Abaddon.
Oh, I love Beer's beef.
So help me, motherfucker, if you make me read this list again, I'm gonna do nothing.
Can you tell me who's in it again?
I'm gonna do nothing. Do you really need me to read the list? No.
No, I don't want you to read a list. I can't remember who all you listed off, and I have no idea. So I'm going to say TBD for 1.
Good old TBD, Ransom's friend.
That's
Tom.
fine.
I'm gonna say, fuck.
Oh fuck.
I'm gonna say it's Ken Kniff from Connecticut.
Ken Kniff.
I would say it's probably Tom Wood for 10.
Wow, thank you. That's generous. I'm gonna say Jade Cardhill for 1.
That's a good pick. I like that pick, except Thunder. I'm picking Thunder Rosa. 1 point as well.
Wait, is she in there? Did you name her?
Yes, he did.
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely missed it.
Well,
You know, but when you say Jade Cargill, I'm like, fuck. Did I misstep here? Moving on. Paul, no more BS White versus
Lord.
QT Marshall with Aaron Solo and Nick Camarado and maybe the Gun Boys. Who knows? Because, surprise, surprise, there was a heel turn featuring Paul White, but it wasn't him. To be fair, it was not him, but the Gun Club turned on. Yeah, the Gun Club turned on Paul White on the Wednesday night. So, and it is Ransom's pick.
I have no idea. Again, why is Paul White on the main card?
What?
And Jungle Boy and Orange Cassidy on the buy-in? I don't know. I don't think, with everything that QT Marshall has been through, with his loss to Cody, why would you lose to Paul White? This doesn't need to happen. I'm hoping it doesn't happen. So I'm picking QT Marshall, and I'm picking QT Marshall for 2 because I'm not confident.
It's a fair point. Tom?
Itto, QT for 2.
Interesting. Okay. I am picking Paul White. How confident am I, though? That's the question, isn't it?
It's a big bad 2 points.
No, I have that saved later on. Gosh, you know what? I'm gonna stick with it. 6 points.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you give the dude his debut match at the biggest show of the year and have him lose. I don't. Who?
I'm going Big Show for 3.
You mean no more BS, Paul?
Yeah, no more BS, Paul White. Sorry.
I mean, now listen, I don't want to delay things longer, but I don't care. I get it. Like, it's his debut match. Why is he going to lose?
Where
It's
did my beer
all
go?
out. Into your fucking cock holster. But at the same time, like, I could understand if this was a CM Punk or a Daniel Bryan, a Wyndham Rotunda. If it's a young guy coming from WWE, debuting, yes, they should go over. Paul White, no, he shouldn't. He should not go over.
So here's my thought, and I 110% agree with you. But if you have the clout in your contract where you can say, I want a match on the main card at All Out, I'm guessing you also have the clout to say, I want that match to be my first win in AEW. And I agree, 100% QT Marshall should win. But honestly, he's been through the ringer this year, and he still looks just like he did when he started, which is not a credit to him.
Yeah, you're right. He has been through the ringer, but how much longer can you continue to go through that ringer before people just start counting you out?
Yeah.
I agree.
I think QT really needs this win to keep him relevant. And I'm not saying looking strong, and I'm not saying upper mid. No, relevant.
Let's
be
careful.
If he would have won against Cody, I would have said, okay, he doesn't need this win. Like, he doesn't need this win against Paul White. It's fine. But that loss to Cody really, it sticks with me as it sticks with me as a big deal, especially with all the buildup they did, and then he lost. Like, oh man, this dude does not need more losses, especially to someone like the Big Show.
Yeah, because next thing you know, he's gonna get the fucking Joey Janela treatment.
Let's be careful with the word relevant. I don't think that's ever really applied to QT Marshall. Moving on, Jan Moxley versus Satoshi Kojima.
God bless you. Actually, you know what? There's a new thing. When somebody sneezes, say Godzilla. And since it's non-denominational, and the correct response is Mothra.
Godzilla!
I think that's...
Oh, Gojira.
Especially since we're talking about Satoshi Kojima, I don't think that'd be a good look. Moving on. This is just a straight-up singles match. No frills, no death match or anything, although it wouldn't surprise me if this got a little out of hand. Tom, Moxley versus Kojima, who are you picking?
I'll go with Moxley for... Let me think. I'll say Moxley for 6.
I am also picking Jon Moxley, and I'm putting my 10 points on this one.
Wow.
Hoot.
I'm gonna go Jon Moxley as well, but I'm gonna go 8.
I like what you're thinking, Ransom.
Jon Moxley, 9 points.
Yes, let's get him, boys.
Okay.
Britt Baker versus... I'm sorry. I apologize. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, reigning defending AEW Women's Champion versus Chris Statlander. It's my pick.
It is.
Real simple. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, for 9 points. Boot.
This is where I'm gonna get weird. Weird. I'm gonna say Statlander for 2.
All right, you can do that. Ransom.
Britt Baker, 8 points.
Yes, sir.
Also, Beef.
Oh, yes, sir.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm not writing anything down, so it's up to you to keep me honest. If I double up on points, you're gonna have to call me out because I'm not gonna remember.
Will do. And
With 10 points, I won't remember.
I will do it with gusto. Tom, who you got?
Brit for 10.
All right. Another clean sweep match. CM Punk in his AEW debut versus Darby Allin. Sting has said that he will not be in the corner of Darby on this pay-per-view. Straight up singles match. Poot, who you got?
Fuck, why do I have to be first? All right.
Because I planned it that way, don't you know, Poot?
Yeah, I know. That's how you
That
do.
would not surprise me.
No,
His
it wouldn't.
eyebrows
It
are
wouldn't.
so
No,
peaked.
his eyebrows are peaked with beer. Like,
Through the roof.
man.
The moon.
Listen. Okay, go ahead. I'll talk when it's my turn.
No, go ahead.
Nope.
I guess we're at an impasse then.
Okay, to me, it was a no-brainer. That's
man.
why I put it where it's at. To me, it's a no-brainer. So
To me.
I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go over the top. I'm gonna go Punk with 10.
Wow.
Ransom.
Punk with 10 points. If Paul White wins his debut match and CM Punk loses, Vince McMahon has something to do with this pay-per-view.
Tom, who
Illuminati
you got?
confirmed. Vince McMahon is under the AEW wing.
I'm gonna go with Punk, but I'm gonna go with 7.
7
7.
for the TNT.
Whoa! Wait!
You did not pick.
How about your pick there?
Oh, I'm so
fucking
sorry.
Beefy pants.
I apologize. CM Punk, 7 points.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. For the TNT Championship. Thanks for keeping me honest, boys. We have Miro, the defending champion, versus Eddie Kingston. Again, straight up match. I don't know if there's going to be any kind of a time limit or anything. I guess we'll see. Ransom, Miro versus Eddie Kingston. Who you got?
Miro, 4 points.
Tom?
Also Miro for 4 points.
I am picking Miro for 8 points. Who?
Eddie Kingston for 4. Let's be different. I don't want to ever win this belt again.
Well,
Says the man who will probably wind up winning it this month.
I appreciate that zest and that gusto. I do have to point out, though, that you put yourself in a sizable hole that you damn near climbed out of last month.
That's true.
Yeah.
So if you would have reeled in your first picks of the month, you probably would have won handily.
Landslide.
That's true, but like I'm at the point now where like I'm so happy seeing where the competitiveness for the Cruiserweight Championship is at that I'm just like, you know what? I'm not gonna go insane with every pick, but you know what? I'm gonna just take some risks. Some of them are calculated, some of them not so much, but like some of them it's like, you know what? I'm just curious. Let's see if this works. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's more like mad scientist stuff.
Fair enough. All right. Moving on, we have the Young Bucks defending their tag team championships against the Lucha Brothers, Penta, El Zero Miedo versus and Rey Fenix with Alex Abrahantes. I can't pronounce that name. It is a steel cage match, ladies and, well, I guess just gentlemen. Is this Tom's pick? 1, 2.
I believe it is. Yeah.
Yes.
It is.
Tom.
Yeah, because Ransom picked Miro first. All right. So I'm gonna pick the Lucha Brothers, and I'm gonna make this my 3-pointer.
Champions think alike. Lucha Brothers for 3. Poot.
Really quick, where am I at with point? Like, what do I have left point wise? I'm sorry, I'm being a pain in the
You're
ass.
good.
But
No, you're good. 1, 2, 3. You have 5, 6, 7, and 9.
I'm gonna go
Wait,
with Lucha.
that's not right. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Is it a good idea to let the scribe drink on this?
Yes,
Probably not.
Oh, yes. Okay. All right.
I'll go with
We have
yes.
one for yes and one for probably not. Splitting
Now-
up, y'all.
Hold on.
See what I mean?
Why
See
is
what
this
I
not
mean?
working out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Questions we
there
should
are
have
10
asked.
picks.
Questions we should have asked early
here's-
on in our
Here's the problem.
in our
Here's
podcast.
the problem.
Yes.
Here's
Go
the
ahead.
problem. You put 3 points on White and the best friends. Make a choice.
What?
You put
3 points on 2 matches.
Oh,
on Paul
whoops.
White and the best friends.
Paul White put 4.
You put 4 Native Kingston.
Oh shit. On Paul White put on the best friends put 5.
Okay.
All right, there you
So
go.
then that leaves you with 6, 7, and 9.
I'm gonna go with 7 for the Lucha Bros.
Thank you. Ransom.
Lucha Bros for 3.
Say Ransom?
I did. There was an H in there. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Tom already picked. Okay, cool.
I did.
Then it's back to me. And this one is
To
Jericho.
me.
To me. Jericho versus MJF. Jericho's career is on the line.
Thank God I'm last on this pick.
If Jericho loses, he must retire from in-ring competition. I believe just for AEW was the actual stipulation, but I think it's assumed that's just, a full retirement. Yeah, this is a toughie. I'm gonna go ahead and say Jericho has so much that he can contribute in so many other facets, but I just don't think he's done contributing in the ring yet. So I'm going to say Jericho. I'm going to put 2 points on it. Poot.
Yeah, you said I have 6, 7, and 9.
No, you have 6 and 9 now.
6 and 9. Oh, balls.
Nice.
Balls.
There's usually evolved into 6 and a 9.
Well, giggity.
Not always.
I'm gonna go.
Lady Golden.
I'm gonna go with.
Do you know how fellatio and cunnilingus work beef?
Wow. Okay.
There
All right. Back
are
off.
lesbian
All right. All right.
69s.
All right. All right. All right. All right.
What?
All right. All right. I don't want my dick to just be for show. Let's stop this conversation. All right. Oh, man, this is tough. Especially leaving me where I'm at with like point picks. I'm gonna go with 6 on. I'm gonna go with 6 on MJF.
Ransom.
I as well do not think that Jericho is done. So I'm going to say Jericho for 5.
You have used for 5 for best friends already.
I'm going to say Jericho for 6.
That works. Tom?
Jericho for my 8-pointer.
That works as well. I've already picked. Finally. Well, not finally. The main event is the AEW Championship match. Kenny Omega, the reigning defending AEW champion, versus Christian Cage. To be fair, Christian Cage did just beat Kenny Omega on the debut episode of AEW Rampage, filmed right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, no less than a month ago. So, all that information being said, Ransom? No. Poot. Sorry, Ransom.
Omega for 9. Like it's going to be Omega because I feel like that title being taken off of him is going to be reserved for Hangman Adam Page
Or CM Punk. Ransom,
Punk.
now it's your turn.
Definitely Omega. If Christian Cage wins this belt, no, I'm done. I'm done. I'm leaving your house. I'm not saying a word to anybody. I'm leaving. I'm done.
He'll do it.
Poot, what was that match that I got so pissed at WrestleMania for? I don't think we'll ever remember. Was it Reigns versus Undertaker?
Wait, what?
That one night the Ransom saying that made me remember that one night WrestleMania that I got so pissed that we almost came to blows.
Oh,
Was that Reigns versus Undertaker, or was that a different match? I don't. Was it Reigns Undertaker?
It was Reigns Undertaker, and you were fucking furious.
I was like, fuck out of my house. We're done here. Tom.
He was like, "No, you're not crashing on my couch. Drive back to Clearfield. Get out of here.
Get out. We're done." Tom, who are you picking?
Much like Ransom's line of thinking, if Christian wins this match, then Vince McMahon is the devil and overseer of all the wrestling world and lords and everything that has to do with the squared circle. It's got to be Omega, my 9-pointer.
So,
Don't
do it.
Don't
hold on.
Do it.
I am picking Omega. I'm gonna take the drama out. However, I do see a world in which Christian could win because of the situation with Hangman Adam Page.
Because of the implication.
Oh no! Oh,
rage quit.
Even the thought of Christian Cage winning, even the implication. He's.
Sorry,
you okay? Did you
sorry
stroke
about your
out?
rage quit.
Did you stroke out?
You said that, my spine gave out, and I fell on my phone.
So no one really knows what's going on with Hangman. I would
He's having a baby.
Yes, okay, but I mean, like, time frame wise, I would absolutely love to see him come out at the end of the show. I think that would be awesome. I don't know if we'll get that. We'll see. But I am picking Kenny Omega for 5 points because it just makes sense. Which leads me to the aforementioned wild card.
Wild card.
Gentlemen, you can wager up to 10 points on this pick. If you get the pick right, you get however many points you wagered. If you get the pick wrong, you lose those points. There could be multiple right answers. We could see, 12 people debut it all out. Who knows? I'm asking you, though, who is your one absolutely we're going to see them on Sunday pick? And how many points you wagering? We will start with Tom.
Ass champion's prerogative, and it would be Ransom to be next in line anyways. Not me.
Man. Ransom picked Omega first, did he not?
I don't think so.
Because I picked Omega last, and so I believe it would be Ransom's pick on. I'm sorry. Fuck, I'm bad at this tonight.
Yeah,
maybe
you are.
Maybe the beers.
I don't want to start this. We need to have a discussion about it.
Okay, fine.
Poot picked Omega first.
I will be the man, and I will say my pick. I am picking Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, Daniel Bryan, whatever you want to call him. I think he is a lock for All Out on Sunday. I am wagering 6 points on D-Bry or B-Dry coming out. I don't care what order we go in next. Somebody talk.
All right. Then I'll throw mine out. Fuck it. I'm going to go D-Bry as well for 10 points. I'm going ham, baby.
Which one of the two of you would like to offer up your point next? Silence filled the room.
This podcast can shut down for all I give a shit. So I'll go because Tom has just the hardest hard-on for this fake fucking belt for some reason. So my question is this. Adam Cole was not released. He completed his contract. So when you complete your contract, does that mean that you don't have a no-compete clause because you fulfilled the terms of your contract and you can go anywhere you want anytime?
Correct.
That would be that's what we've seen in the past with Jon Moxley.
So,
in theory, Adam Cole, if the internet rumors are true and Adam Cole's contract is up, he would be free to appear on AEW tonight or Sunday.
how confident are we that those rumors are true and that he didn't resign? And B, if those rumors are true, do you think they could have worked out a contract and gotten him where he needs to go for this pay-per-view on Sunday that fast?
It's a good-looking question.
I mean, what do you think?
I'll tell you, with sports, even though contracts may not expire until, X, Y, or Z, and there's not supposed to be any conversations or text messages or phone calls because that would be tampering, there usually is. And usually the minute that a contract is up, the free agency doesn't last too long, and they're scooped up by somebody, leading you to the idea that, oh, they must have been talking prior. So, all that being said, I don't know. I would love to see Adam Page debut on Sunday night. I think
Adam Page.
Adam Cole.
Wow.
That's Adam Page. Adam Cole.
You did. Yeah,
Sorry.
you did.
I would love to see Adam Page on Sunday night as well. But yes, I would love to see Adam Cole debut as well. Right now AEW is in kind of a watershed with talent, picking up Black and Punk and presumably Danielson and presumably Adam Cole and presumably other people that I'm not going to talk about. Just I don't want to give you guys ideas, but so right now, and Tony Khan has talked about going, pardon the pun, all in on getting these people and stocking up on these absolute winners that were criminally misused in WWE.
So I guess another question is I want to have discussions about this. So if we can talk about this after we're done with picks, I would appreciate it.
Of course.
All right. So my pick is Bryan Danielson, and I'm going to wager everything.
10 big ones. All right. I like it. Tom.
You're my boy, Blue. Good job. You're my boy, Blue.
That's what I was gonna do anyways. It's gotta be D-Bry. So let's just fucking throw the baby out with the bathwater and go 10 points.
So now that the picks are said, I'm shocked that no one took the opportunity to say Ruby Soho as the TBD in Women's Casino Battle Royal. That was the other absolute lock I had for this pay-per-view, so I'm shocked that nobody went that direction.
I don't know who that is.
That Ruby Riott.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought about that, but I'm like, nah, I'm really hoping Abaddon gets a rub. She needs it.
Honestly, though, I could see her debuting, but I don't know if I see her winning.
Oh, I don't think she'll win, but I think she'll debut.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
so
that's also a good pick, and if you haven't already, I can't remember if it was on Instagram or YouTube. I saw a cool little vignette video that she did, and to actual like they had the Ruby on Insta Dicks only. No, it was there was she did it. It was like kind of like half music video, half vignette sort of thing. They had the song Ruby Soho, playing and everything like that. It was really cool. So
yeah, I'm excited.
I hope for her sake, because she's somebody that I always really enjoyed watching in NXT and on the main roster as well. And she got a real bad, she just got a bad break on the main roster. Like they could have done so much more than what they did with the Riot Squad, and I just feel like they were criminally misused. The Riot Squad never won the women's tag titles at all, did they?
Nope.
That's a fucking shame. That's stupid. I'm sorry, but I hope she debuts in AEW, and I hope she gets a good booking there. Go ahead, Ransom.
Now the picks are over.
Yeah.
So Daniel Bryan, of course, can debut. Ruby Soho can debut. If the rumors are to be believed and Adam Cole's completed his contract, he can debut. Wyndham Rotunda, he's still probably within his 90 days, right?
Yes.
So he's not showing up. Who else are possibilities that have been either contract completions or recently released from the Fed that can show up there? Anybody else?
Bronson Reed.
I I don't think they're going on Bronson Reed.
Wait, was he released?
NXT. He was part of that group of people from NXT that were cut. There a lot of them were like not really like on TV big NXT names or anything like that, but Bronson Reed was kind of among the top of that. I forget who else was released though.
I remember him. Like I remember him from NXT. I couldn't remember if he was cut or whether he just didn't renew his contract. Now, excuse me, that wave of releases that he was in, is that within the 90-day time frame?
Yes.
NXT actually has a shorter
30.
As we found out with Malachi Black, they have a shorter window of no compete.
Now, I thought I read somewhere that his was an oversight.
His
contract was an oversight as far as how long his no complete was.
No, his was yes and no, because it was an oversight in that when he was brought up to the main roster, he should have been given a main roster deal, which carries a 90-day no complete. The NXTs only have a 30-day no compete.
I see. Okay.
To answer your question, Bray Wyatt was released on July 31st, so we still have a good 60 days until we can see him potentially.
Yeah. I can't remember who else was it to kind of go off.
I mean, Chelsea Green, or not Chelsea. Well, maybe Chelsea Green.
Nah, because she's doing shit in Impact with with her boyfriend Matt Cardona. So I mean, you know,
Peyton Royce and Billy Kay. I forget their actual names.
It's Cassie and I can't remember the other one. Cassie is
right.
Peyton Royce.
And they actually just rebranded the iconic name as something else. I forget what it is, but
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Right.
Like that was a huge misstep for WWE to let them go.
So that's the rebranding of them. It comes at a very suspect time, and by suspect I mean, could they show up? They sure could. I don't see. I like Bronson Reed. I don't think he's got a spot on the AEW roster. The way. So if we look at these names,
he would work great in Japan.
By the way, Beef. Yes. To answer your one question, Billy Kay is Jessica McKay.
Yes,
Jessica McKay. Yeah.
They're named the inspiration with two eyes now.
Yes, you are correct. I just found the Instagram post, and it's a beaut.
So as far as anybody else that A can debut and B would have the AEW stroke to debut, have we pretty much named everybody?
When was Strowman released? I mean,
it's been a while.
Did Braun Strowman? I thought I saw something where he's finally
with Ethan Page.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
No,
EC3.
Not EC3.
Yes.
Yeah.
VIP.
Yeah, yes. I can't remember what it is that EC3 is doing. I can't remember what his little project or organization or whatever it's called.
June 3rd was the date of Braun Strowman, so we would be at that 90-day. I just I don't, especially with AEW and talent mode, talent gain mode. I don't see a place for Braun Strowman. I really don't.
I would not be surprised if they did not pick him up.
Someone
who we didn't think of for the women's side on AEW?
Who dat?
CJ Perry, Lana.
Yep. Yeah, same boat. Although I would argue I'd rather see her as Miro's, set piece than an active wrestler because
obviously, if I have the choice between seeing Ruby Soho or CJ Perry, I mean, obviously, I'm going to go with Ruby Soho. She's the more talented of the two. But I'm saying you never know. CJ could show up. I mean, it's possible.
I agree. No, I certainly agree because even and we've seen it even though they've named all the combatants in the battle royal, that could all change. We've seen them. I think the last one at Double or Nothing. They
Yeah.
like had all the names listed and they completely changed them on the fly.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is fine, whatever. I don't
Hey,
care.
it always comes down to asterisk card subject to change. Always.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But here's the thing. I don't see a good debut spot for Danielson unless he comes out after Punk's match. I think that a stare down between Danielson and Punk at All Out would absolutely be every bit of cash. I think that a return from the Hangman after the Omega match would be huge as well. I think they may save Cole till the September 22nd show in Flushing Meadows. Maybe not. I am a little bummed that they bumped Pac and Andrade, but I'm sure it's because Pac is in the UK, and the UK has recently listed the US as a non-safe travel place, so I'm sure Pac probably can't get out.
Oh, by the way, here you go. I just Googled NXT releases 2021. So here's a list that I could see for you here. Give me 1 second to actually. Come on. I had a list there. Okay, so amongst the Bronson Reed crew, Bobby Fish was another one. I think that was the other big name. I'm trying to see who all was there.
Jake Atlas. I think
Jake Atlas was one.
I mean, nobody else of
Here you go. Oh, we forgot one.
Oh.
Okay, so Bobby Fish, Bronson Reed, Mercedes Martinez.
Oh yeah, I could
forgot about.
I could see a place in the women's division for her.
Also, let's see who else. Tyler Rust.
Oh, Tyler Rust. Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
Man,
I mean, they were making a good build with him. I think
they were. I really like what they were doing with them, and I think, and this is a great pivot point. I think that was part and parcel to what we're seeing now, which is the full-fledged changeover in the brand.
What about Killian Dane? He was released back in June.
If Pat can't make it over, I'm pretty sure unless Killian Dane's still living stateside, which he may or may not be.
Yeah.
But
what I really want to see, and this is my own personal fantasy booking wet dream, is I want to see Sting come down for whatever reason to assist Darby Allin, and that's when Bryan Danielson comes down to assist Punk.
I have to tell you.
And after that match, that's when they have like their handshake stare down.
I had you saying that absolutely triggered a fucking like buried memory from this past week. I had a dream that the debut at All Out was the American Badass Undertaker, and we finally got our Undertaker Sting match. Fucking finally. And then I remember being super jazzed about it. I was like, yeah, fucking Undertaker, AEW, yeah. And then I woke up and I'm like, oh, that's right. He signed a fucking like lifetime contract. How unfortunate.
Did we, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe I'm smoking crack here, but did we see Leon Ruff debut in AEW not long ago?
No. We saw
who was it?
Man of the Year, Leo Rush.
Yeah, Leo Rush. Leo Rush had
Okay.
one appearance and then he retired from wrestling.
He was injured. Yeah, he got injured and retired.
Oh, really?
Yeah. he's done,
fuck.
which sucks because say what you want about his attitude and stuff. Leo Rush is insanely good.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's I hate to say like, oh wow, like how could I confuse the two? But similar names, whatever. There was quite a list of people that were released August 6th, like I said, along with that, like Mercedes Martinez, all them, Kona Reeves, Leon Ruff, Stephon Smith, no idea who that is, Jake Atlas, like we mentioned, Ari Sterling, Desmond Troy, Zachariah Smith.
I stand by the statement. Jake Atlas is one that they were dumb to let go, man, because he was lot of fun, and he had a lot of like potential and everything. Like it bums me the fuck out, dude.
Well, and like they, we constantly hear about them looking for the new Latin face, so much so that they brought fucking Rey Mysterio back because they could not fill that void. This is proof positive that Vince can't see the fucking forest from the trees, because in like 10, maybe less years, they're going to be looking for the face of the brand that is, LGBTQ, and yes, Sonya Deville, is a lesbian, and that's great, but she's not like an active competitor. I think Jake Atlas could have filled that role very nicely because, like you said, Poot, he was fun to watch. He was really good in the ring. So I think that they absolutely missed the boat. And I think that, again, looking back now, I get that wrestling fans aren't the biggest sect of like, hey, let's be inclusive. But I think that could be a missed opportunity in the future.
Who was the one? You mentioned about that they didn't have the new face of the Latin brand. What about fucking Angel Garza? He was like Eddie Guerrero incarnate. We talked about that before.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
How the hell did they drop the ball on like not pushing him? Like, dude, what the fuck are they?
And the thing is, they did on both the main roster and NXT. He was getting pushes. He was getting booked. He was getting put in front of people, and then he just kind of piddled away.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand why. Like,
because WWE likes to piddle things away. Prime example being NXT.
Yep.
This whole rebranding of NXT and the alleged takeover of NXT by Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard. This has all the mainstays of a death rattle for NXT.
Now,
if there was, go ahead. I want to hear what you have to say.
No, I was gonna say, to be fair, I've also read that the death of NXT has been much what's the saying? Basically, much ado about nothing. That basically Triple H is still running, but like it's going to be produced by Vince and Bruce.
But it's
a different look and feel.
I have to caution on that because, if they're saying that Triple H is still in charge, but it's going to be produced by Vince and Co., I don't see a world where something is produced by Vince that he doesn't eventually and very quickly get his hands into and start going, you know what, let's change this. And it starts a little bit, and then it snowballs into Vince McMahon producing NXT means Vince McMahon tearing up the NXT script and rewriting it 5 minutes before showtime.
Ransom.
I want to say that if there was anything in WWE that did not need reworking, revamping, revitalizing, it was NXT. Why are you taking the only thing that really, really works in your company, and why do you need to revamp that? We have seen so many different success stories in NXT that go to the main roster and fail at the hands of Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Rey Mysterio. All these people are on fire and are beloved in NXT. They have a house of fire to them. People are behind them. They want to see them. They cheer for them. They go to the main roster and are buried. We've talked about it time and time again. We've beaten that horse to death. Why are we reworking and revamping the thing that works well in WWE?
I'll tell you why.
This scares the crap out of me.
Yeah, but and Tom, I know you're going to say it. I'll keep it short. It legit is because Vince hasn't had his fucking little piddly old man creepy fingers in it. Like, that's why.
Well, it's not even so much that. So here's the thing. It's a complete disconnect. It's Vince not being able to realize that he's the very reason why these NXT wrestlers don't succeed when they come to Raw or SmackDown. Vince has looked at, I'm sure whoever has reported it to Vince or whatever, and has said like, oh, the numbers for NXT since its USA debut aren't that great. And don't tell me that Vince isn't looking at AEW numbers. I'm sure he is. You know,
Yep.
yes, I know they're on separate nights, but like we've said before, there's still kind of that rivalry. Even
But
though
Vince has said that they're not competition. He's gone on record saying that they're not competition, though.
Okay, you can go on record and say whatever the fuck you want and still think another thing. Anyways, my point being, Vince is looking at the numbers, saying, I don't like where this is at. I think we need to revamp it. Nothing needed, to Ransom's point, nothing needed revamped and redone. NXT was making your stars of the future. That was the whole point of NXT when Triple H brought up the idea back in like 2010, and then they finally broke ground and built the Performance Center. Go read the fucking book NXT The Future Is Now. It talks all about the beginnings of NXT from whenever it was FCW turning into the fucking competition reality fucking bullshit like Tough Enough version 2.0 to the NXT that we know today. The fact is, Vince is the very reason he can't get out of his own goddamn way. He's taking these people, and it's bad booking and not letting the talent have a little fucking creative wiggle room and fucking scripting everything to death on Raw and SmackDown. He's his own worst fucking enemy. He is the reason why NXT needs rebranded.
So I understand. I understand Vince McMahon's line of thinking. All right. Now, I'm not making excuses. I'm not. You guys know me. And anybody who listens to the show probably sees comments I make elsewhere. I'm not a WWE fanboy. Far fucking from it. Vince's idea here is consistency. I want people that come up from NXT to have the same skills that my people on Raw and SmackDown do. For the last 6 years, the reason why we love NXT is because it is very close to being an independent wrestling product, where it's all about the wrestling, where they put on fucking 5-star match after 5-star match after 5-star match. Vince, for whatever reason, does not want wrestling on his wrestling program. Vince wants people who can entertain. Larger-than-life characters who can go out there and captivate an audience. And again, you know, I'm not a millionaire. Vince McMahon is. So maybe he knows something that all of us marks don't. But at the end of the day, he's looking for consistency, which I agree with. If you go to a restaurant, you should get the same meal on a Monday that you get on a Friday that you get on a fucking Sunday. But I also saw a wonderful tweet, and I forget who tweeted out, that like you don't make this business by paint by numbers. Like you have to have that diversity in your roster. Otherwise, it all becomes very samey and very boring.
That's my point, is that the things that people were doing down in NXT, both creative, not just the in-ring work. Because, I mean, let's be honest. Like, yes, the in-ring stuff on NXT and that we've seen at NXT takeovers, there's some, real fucking holy shit moments. Like, oh my God, how's that person still alive? Sort of stuff. So that's fine. It's a little bit more, it's got that, underground feel, like you said, more of a almost closer to like an indie style sort of thing. Okay. Nobody says that you can't still, like, why not let them still, put that sort of stuff together in ring wise? In my opinion, the creative that was going on down in NXT, there was nothing wrong with it. It's still entertaining to me. It's more entertaining to me than some of the shit on fucking Raw and SmackDown. I mean, I don't understand, like, I don't understand why there's a problem. Like, you gotta let them come up, let them do what they're doing, let it be organic. That's gonna get over way more than fucking hand-fisted scripts and fucking the bullshit that we've been getting on Raw and SmackDown. Like you said, it like if you if you don't let them have some sort of individuality, if you just want it all a certain way, then it all becomes fucking bland. And who the hell wants to watch it? I want something where I'm going to see a variety of characters. I want entertaining creative. I got that from NXT, no problem. I can't tell you the last time I watched a Monday Night Raw, not just because I don't have cable anymore, but fucking just because it bored me. The only entertaining thing for me for Monday Night Raw in the last, well, I want to say before WrestleMania, so I was going to say in the last 6 months was hoping that they did something with Alexa Bliss, but they
Goldberg.
Go fuck yourself, because I'm gonna have a stroke. What's your idea that you wanted?
I think that's off the. Yeah, that's
after. That's after. Okay, that's an afterthought.
My idea is Goldberg. Bring him back. Win them the title.
You know, I just.
God, I hate you so much right now.
I just feel
I hope you fucking shatter a vertebrae right now.
Wow.
Oh, that's so hurtful, but that's fair.
It's fair.
Probably wouldn't be much worse than you are right now, to be honest.
This is true. It might actually fix it.
So here's the thing that blows my mind is that USA says they're happy with the ratings, right? Okay, if it ain't broke, why fix it? And yet they have fucking USA breathing down their back because now they're bringing up all these fucking stars to SmackDown, like Cena, like Becky Lynch, like Brock Lesnar, and on Fox, and USA is like, what the fuck are we doing on Monday Night Raw?
Yeah.
So, you're focusing, like, USA is like, hey, we're happy with this. Excuse me, but why don't we know what's going on with this? And Vince is going, what's that? You want me to fix NXT? Okay.
Exactly. He's his own worst fucking enemy. By the way, quick question, since you mentioned her name. What did they do you see some sort of heel turn with Becky since after SummerSlam? Like I obviously I don't ish. Okay.
Yeah, because Bianca came out to challenge her last week and she didn't she turned it down. She's like, no, we're not doing this, and there's like a contract signed next week. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
FYI,
I was just curious because A, don't watch the weeklies. B, I hadn't heard anything significant, so
fun little thing here. The CM Punk shirt, the new AEW CM Punk shirt, has beaten the record for the New Japan Bullet Club shirt in 3 days.
Wait,
the CM Punk shirt has sold more than 35,000 shirts in less than 3 days.
Which one is that? Is that just the I Was There one, or is that the Punk Club?
No. The Punk Club is something different. That's not on the Pro Wrestling Tees website. No, this is the Best in the World shirt with the gloves and the lightning bolts. It is now on pace to sell more than 100,000 units.
Wow.
Which is a big fucking deal for a pissant t-shirt company.
A pissant t-shirt company, and also the fact that like
he's
everyone
guy.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, CM Punk's old, he's over the hill. WWE wrote him off. Blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like it's like, dude, I was telling my coworkers, I'm like, listen, if you were a wrestling fan back in the day, I told them, I said, here, watch this clip. Listen to the reaction of the crowd. Dude, I had them watch Punk's return.
Yeah, buddy.
And I like when I watched it, I got not only goosebumps, like crazy goosebumps, but I teared up a little bit. And when they were sitting there watching it and they're like, okay, they didn't know him, but the reaction, everything, I heard the reaction from the crowd, and I got goosebumps again. I was just like, holy shit. Like, it's so big.
And here's why AEW is so great, because they gave us another goosebump movement the fucking week prior with Jericho coming out and all of, the arena singing Judas for him. Like, back-to-back weeks, man. And again, we talk about how AEW is not flawless. They have their flaws, and we've talked about them. on the podcast before. And I am unabashedly an AEW mark, 110%. I will mark out for AEW until the fucking cows come home because I believe that competition's a good thing. That I think that maybe at some point, whoever the next fucking idiot is to take over WWE will see what they're doing in AEW and go, maybe we can learn something, as opposed to being an obstinate old man. But we got to get there first, you know?
Yeah. And to your point, like you just said, I believe Poot said, a lot of people, probably wrote off CM Punk or whatever. Oh, he's old, whatever. He doesn't have anything left in the tank, et cetera, et cetera. I'm sorry, but he's printing fucking money. And just like what Beef said, it's on pace to sell 100,000 units. His shirt, that is. And that's going from how long ago did Punk debut? 2 weeks ago?
Yep.
I mean, come the fuck on. 2 weeks ago, and you're on pace to fucking what? He's already broken the record, correct?
Yep. The previous record was the Bullet Club shirt, the OG Bullet Club shirt with 35,000 shirts sold.
Yeah.
He's broken that in 3 days.
So he's already broken that record in 3 days, and now he's on pace to do 100,000 units for his T-shirt, in the very near future. I'm like, you can't tell me that he's not worth something. Like, come on. Now I understand that nostalgia is a hell of a drug. I get that. We're not blind to that.
The MMA losses had a lot to do with a lot of people's reaction.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it did. But I mean, fuck. Just it's two totally different worlds.
Yeah, it's the same as Michael Jordan. Ironic, the Chicago connection, but the same as Michael Jordan going from basketball to baseball.
Absolutely.
And being fucking awful in baseball.
Right.
It doesn't diminish his basketball resume at all.
Right. So I mean, people. If somebody's really going to look at things objectively, you got to take that into consideration. I mean, I don't know. That's just my opinion.
I do want to mention the passing of Daphne out of nowhere, and rest in peace. We're not going to get into the hows and the whys and the what happened, because that's not for us to discuss.
Well, I mean, that's we don't know exactly what led her to it, but I think it does bear discussing, and not a Lance Storm way. But if I can be serious for a moment, it was reported that she had committed suicide, and it's sad to hear. No matter who it is, no matter where you are in life, and what profession, anything like that. So if there's anybody that's in a bad way out there are people you can talk to. Reach out, get help, because suicide is a permanent solution to temporary problems. There is nothing in this world that is worth snuffing out your life, prematurely over. And I just want to take a second and put that out there to the dozens and dozens of listeners of the P3 here. So
dozens and dozens.
Yeah, I had to light it back up there today.
Which is each of us 4 times.
Pretty much. No, but seriously,
Pat and Dave.
But yeah, allegedly. But no, it sucks to hear, and she was a really cool character. Didn't really know much about her in general, like outside of her character work, but it's sad to hear. So I will say for myself, condolences to her family. I'm sure they're probably dealing with a lot of shit, and anybody else that's in a bad way like that, just reach out and get the help. Don't be too bullheaded. Don't be too proud, or don't be too lost to reach out and get that help that you need, because we don't need any more of that. So,
at a time when all of women's wrestlers, like all of women's wrestling was a beer, Daphne was a shot of Jägermeister.
Yeah, man.
She was like so different than everybody else wrestling. All of the fake, the blonde, all of the just the ridiculous, like, cookie cutter mold divas.
The Kelly Kellys,
right? she was different. She was almost a full 180 than that. She was, as Taz put it, zombie hot. She had one of the coolest characters in wrestling, period, let alone, men or women, whatever. And from her humble beginnings on Nitro, making lemons out of lemonade with Crowbar.
Yeah.
And I think that she was involved with the David Flair angle too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
She was able to pivot that into an honest-to-God career with Impact. And, salient, very, very salient point by Tom, and well said. Mental anguish, mental, instability is a real thing. We're all going through our battles every day, differently. So if you need help, please reach out.
And not pontificating too long on it, but last year, old Poot the Bard had a plan to check out. And to hear that another wrestler, because unfortunately she's the last one, or not the last one, but the most recent one in a line of wrestlers who have done a permanent. My friend called it something saying it's a permanent rage quit of life.
Yeah,
and to not know what else she could do, and to not know what the rest of her potential is, like, that's heartbreaking. And like Tom said, reach out, say something. I mean, you have to. Like it. Yeah, there's not much more to say. Tom kind of hit it on the head.
Yeah, I mean, and myself going through having a loss recently, not for the same circumstances as somebody who had lived a pretty full life themselves. It's still sucks. Loss is loss no matter what, but it hits harder when it's something where the problems could have been fixed. Hopefully with whatever means they may be. It just sucks to see. It sucks to see somebody get snuffed out so early. So yeah, it's.
Yep. So to move away from that, and also to kind of touch on the whole on Nitro.
Yeah.
For a second, if I can be not serious, but maybe a little serious. So I was going back and I was rewatching some old WCW pay-per-views, as I'm wont to do, because
Super Brawl Saturday.
Yeah. Damn it, Bill, your shirt's
new
too
blood.
tight. So,
Listen, the numbers
no.
don't lie, and they spell disaster for Ransom. Go ahead.
They usually do. What I was always curious about? I don't know if you guys remember her or not, because I don't know how involved you were with Nitro. I think this was towards probably the end times of Nitro, the last couple years maybe. But when Macho Man had his last run in WCW, he had a valet with him, and her name was Gorgeous George. Do you remember her?
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
What the sweet mother happened to her? Now look, I don't want to get into the whole four guys doing a podcast talk about ladies, blah blah blah. She was not a women's wrestler. She was eye candy. She was an arm piece.
Yeah.
But you know what? She did that job pretty damn well. I thought she was great eye candy.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed what she did as the Macho Man's valet.
Yeah.
And I have not, since her days in WCW, I have heard hide nor hair of her. I don't know what happened to her.
I can answer that question for you, actually, because so she was, believe it or not, and I guess not too surprisingly, she was, to put it eloquently, an exotic dancer.
Oh,
that's how her and Macho met. In actuality,
I'd watch
how?
it.
Yeah,
would watch out of 10.
Now, I wasn't familiar with her as much from the end of Nitro, but I did watch those some of those sets of documentaries that not AEW, A&E. My God, Freudian slip. A&E was doing those sets of biographies when they did one about Macho Man and Booker T and stuff like that. Not too long ago, like within the last 6 months. And they went on to talk about that, and they had interviewed her and stuff like that, just and it was focusing obviously more on Macho Man and his career and the ups and downs that he had and everything like that, from his relationship with Elizabeth to eventually his relationship with her. But yeah, that's pretty much it. She was never like in the business or anything like that. She was, if I'm pretty sure it was the same person. She was an exotic dancer. She was literally just with him in real life. And then I think eventually they broke up, and then that was pretty much it. So
wow, okay,
yeah,
that's something. I always wonder what happened to her, because I liked her as a valet.
Yeah.
As far as valets go, I think she had it all. She's a very pretty girl. I remember her being good to watch. She never looked awkward. At least from what I can remember. She never looked awkward standing in the, there are some valets that, and I don't want to get into a critique here, but I understand that everybody lauds Elizabeth as one of the best valets ever in what she did with Macho Man and all that. She always to me looked a little awkward.
Yeah.
At
ringside.
Why? Why is that?
Because they were going through tumultuous turmoil in their relationship in real life, and meanwhile she wanted to basically get out of the marriage and stuff like that, and they were still having to play house on camera and everything. Literally at the one point, and this is kind of also why Hogan and Macho Man kind of in real life fell out, is because Elizabeth flat out just left Macho Man and didn't say that she was going anywhere. She went down to Hogan's ex-wife's condo or hotel, whatever, something down there in Florida, and she was kind of hanging out with some other dude and stuff like that. And Macho was notoriously a very, very overprotective. He would make Elizabeth sit in the locker room and lock her in there and stuff like that at times. He didn't want anybody talking to her. He was a little fucking nuts.
No, I mean, I think that's obvious. Macho Man was probably his real life persona. Just like all the other greats turned up to 11. But I don't know. Elizabeth always kind of looked, even back in WWE, from their partnership in the Fed, over into their partnership in WCW. And then even when she went on to be a valet, I think, for Lex Luger. Yep. She always just seemed awkward and a little uncomfortable at ringside as a valet. And, Gorgeous George never seemed that way. She never seemed awkward or uncomfortable. She seemed like she fell in there quite well.
Yeah.
That's all I had to say.
Interestingly enough, Gorgeous George was married to Doyle Wolfgang von Frankenstein, who played for the Misfits.
Huh.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm guessing that was after her relationship with Macho then?
It just says 2001 to 2013.
Oh, yeah. Well, then, yeah. Wait, no. Well, would that have been? Yeah, because WCW ended. Yeah.
And who's also the brother of Jerry Only. So, yeah, that's pretty cool that she has a connection to the Misfits, I thought, anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Speaking of Misfits, do the four of us have a Stump the Chumps that we're being challenged with tonight?
We always do. Pat,
we always do, he says.
Pat keeps us on our toes with that kind of thing. Let me pull it up here.
Yeah.
And it's good about not log jamming us either. You know, he lets it kind of sit until we're ready for it. So, Pat, we appreciate you. Just
We do.
saying. All right, so
And that's not allegedly either. We do appreciate you.
100%. This is from mid-August. So, it's a SummerSlam question. In honor of SummerSlam this weekend, the question is, what was the first title to ever change hands at SummerSlam, and who were the participants?
Oh, fuck me. Well,
So, first thing, when was the first SummerSlam?
Oh,
That's
Lord, I don't know.
that's a good-looking question.
It had to have
probably
been-
like
that was
88,
one of the-
89.
What?
Probably like 88 or 89. I think there were a couple
Okay.
of WrestleManias under their belt before they started with SummerSlams.
I would say
And-
so. It has to be in the 80s because SummerSlam's one of the big four.
Yeah.
So that
And
has to be
no-
very early on.
Well,
I
okay, when
I
was...
would put good money on it not being the the WWF title.
Yeah.
Because they, like, for the first 2 or 3 or 4 years, they had like the title holder in like a tag team match, which is the weirdest thing in the world. But at the same time, like, you know, in a world where there are 4 pay-per-views a year, you want to make the WWE title defense a big deal. So I understand not wanting to have him defend every single pay-per-view.
So okay, going off of that, we were asking when the first SummerSlam was. So I'm guessing of the big four, WrestleMania is obviously the oldest. When
Yeah,
the
SummerSlam
first
would be the second oldest.
is it? I was gonna say, well, I thought the Rumble would have been older.
The Royal Rumble as its own event.
Yeah. The first Royal Rumble was when? That was
Didn't that take place as part of another pay-per-view?
It did. Yep.
Like the actual match?
Or just like a special event. Yeah. It was like late 80s. I want to say
that was like
as well.
89, I think, because I mean we know that Hacksaw was the first to win that. We know that.
So I'm pretty sure that SummerSlam was 87. I want to say. And
You really think it's that early?
I do because Hogan had like a handful of really big SummerSlam matches.
Yeah, he did. I would say it would be somewhere between 87 and 89.
Okay, I didn't think it was that old, but I may stand corrected. So okay, and then I don't remember when Survivor Series was.
Moot point.
Well, no, I'm just trying to. I'm trying to
think of the timeline.
Yeah. I'm trying to place like where the inception of SummerSlam was in relation to the other big three. Obviously, WrestleMania being the granddaddy of them all. So
I think it's probably the Intercontinental title.
That I'm almost positive too. It's got to be the Intercontinental title, but I'm just not sure who.
At that point, so if we're going to say it's between 87 and 89, there would have only been 3 titles.
Right.
Yeah.
There would have only been Intercontinental Tag Team and the WWF, right? Because
Correct.
the European title wasn't that early.
Oh
No.
no, God no! European wasn't until at least mid to late '90s Attitude Era.
Yeah, it was like 96 or 97.
What's happening right now, guys?
Okay, so what we're trying to figure out is the question is what was the first title to change place at SummerSlam?
The very
And the
first title, like
participants.
the very first SummerSlam, the very first title.
Well,
Yeah.
Title to change, which I don't think took place at the first SummerSlam. I think it was probably the second or third SummerSlam before a title change happened.
I would say Intercontinental personally.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
we're all kind of
Yeah.
on Intercontinental.
Demolition was fairly like I remember the beginning of SummerSlam, and I kind of like equate that with like Demolition's big runs in the 80s. So I think that they were fairly dominant. I don't think that they would have lost at this point, and it may not have been them. It may have been somebody like the Strike Force or some shit. But not quite yet.
No.
But I can't. trying to think who was even in. So, if my timeline's correct, and I'm not saying it is, I think it occurred either between WrestleManias 3 and 4 or WrestleManias 4 and 5, the first one. So that would have put the mid-card title in the camp of like Rick Rude, maybe Honky Tonk, although I don't think he was, that big then. Warrior had a cup of coffee in that phase.
Macho Man, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
That was after their big, because Macho Man pretty much moved into the main title scene at that point, and this was like pre Bret Hart Intercontinental.
That's what I'm saying, because I know the big thing with what that was WrestleMania 3 with Macho and Dragon.
Yes.
Okay, so if you're saying that the first SummerSlam title change,
it was probably before. It was probably between 4 and 5 then.
Okay, well either way, so that would, like you said, that would.
But at WrestleMania 4, Savage won the heavyweight title, and that pretty much.
Okay, no, that's fine. What I was saying, it was if it's somewhere around that time frame, I was trying to think who were people that had the Intercontinental title around there. Like, okay, so Macho obviously lost it to Ricky at WrestleMania 3. So who did Ricky lose it to next then?
Honky Tonk had it for a while there. I don't remember if he lost it to Honky Tonk or whatever, but Honky Tonk had it. So basically, between those time frames, Honky Tonk had it, Rick Rude had it.
Okay.
Warrior beat Rude at WrestleMania 5, I think. I'm fairly certain, because WrestleMania 6 was the title for title match.
Then there also
Wait. Warrior may not have beat Rick Rude at a Mania. Warrior may have beat Rick Rude at a SummerSlam.
Uh-huh.
Wait, did Warrior beat Rick Rude?
He did. It was a squash match. Yep.
Oh wow. Okay. For the IC belt though?
Yes, like Rick Rude hit. I think Rick Rude hit simply what was it called, the neck breaker.
The ravishing wreck raker.
Nope.
No, he says.
I think it was just called. I think it was just called simply ravishing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Anyway, he hit it on the Warrior. Warrior popped up, did the gorilla chest beat, press slam, splash, and it was over.
So here's the thought.
That may have been that one, or I'm thinking also Tito Santana at some point in the late '80s. Had a reign with the Intercontinental title.
So here's my thing. We had mentioned about Honky Tonk having it. We mentioned about Rude having it. I would imagine there had to be somebody in between Honky Tonk and Rude, because you wouldn't have two heels going at a title match. So
Warrior
beat Rude for it.
Warrior beat Rude. So it's Honky Tonk / Rude Warrior, if I'm understanding this correctly. So
Warrior could have beat Honky Tonk.
No, Warrior beat Rude.
Warrior beat Rude.
Warrior could have beat Honky Tonk for the IC title at some point in a SummerSlam. Could have happened.
Old
SummerSlam. Warrior, I think Warrior only had one Intercontinental title run, and I think it was when he beat Rick Rude. I don't
know. I feel like I'm remembering something about Warrior beating Honky Tonk for that title.
I think I might be backwards. I think that he may have squashed Honky Tonk for the title, and then Rick Rude beat him.
I don't think Honky Tonk got squashed to lose the belt.
Oh yeah. Well, whoever Warrior beat, I remember this very, very, very specifically. Whoever Warrior beat, it was an absolute squash. Like there wasn't any.
Honestly, I think I feel like the safer bet would have been, because we were saying it before. Now we're second guessing. I think your gut instinct was right in saying that Warrior beat Rude, because I think that the fact that you said that you remember Rude hitting his finisher and then Warrior popping up and stuff. Like, I don't know. And Honky Tonk had a decent title reign with the IC title. I don't think they would have.
Yeah, but now that Ransom's questioning me, I'm starting to question myself because.
Damn it, Ransom.
Here's. Hold on. So Warrior had the Intercontinental title when he faced Hulk Hogan, obviously at WrestleMania 6.
Right.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I remember Rick Rude beating Warrior at one point in a very shady manner. It may have been at WrestleMania, where like Bobby Heenan like held down Warrior's leg or something, and that may have been the WrestleMania 5 match, Rude versus Warrior, because Warrior was not involved. Wait, that was WrestleMania 4. Fuck.
Okay, now hold on. Our thinking is wrong here in the squash.
Okay.
I'm confident that our thinking now is wrong in the squash. I think the squash was Warrior and Honky Tonk, because if I'm thinking of this right, Honky Tonk got beat in a matter of seconds by the Warrior because the Honky Tonk Man was still in his ring attire. Honky Tonk Man never even got out of his ring attire in this match. Yeah. And I think it was the first SummerSlam. I think this was at the first SummerSlam that Warrior beat Honky Tonk for the IC title, which would have been the first title change. But I think that's the squash, though. I don't think Rick Rude was the squash. I think it was Honky Tonk Man, because if I can remember right, and my memory on this is hazy because I don't go back very often and watch the old WWF pay-per-views. I'm a old WCW guy.
Right.
But I don't know. I feel like it's the Honky Tonk Man that got squashed, because if I'm remembering it right,
you're right.
Honky Tonk didn't get out of his entrance attire.
Huh.
You're 100% right. You are 100% right.
Then go with that. I'm in on it.
It's possible the Warrior may have been a 2-time champion, because I swear to God Rick Rude beat him for the title too.
That sounds familiar. That Rick Rude did beat him for the title. That does sound familiar.
Bobby Heenan held his leg down and Rude got a quick cheapie. Something. But then he got the title back. But yes, I think that Ransom is 100% correct. I think that is. I don't know that it was the first SummerSlam, but I think that's the right timing.
All right, so
and in case Pat is throwing a curveball here, looking for all the participants, I think Honky Tonk had a manager. Was it Jimmy Hart?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
That would have been it back then.
So those would have been the 3 participants in this match then.
Well,
yeah.
I
don't know if he's counting. I don't know if he's counting Jimmy Hart, but I'm putting it out there in case.
Probably not, because he hasn't usually gone that stickler to be like, well, who was the valet? But I know.
The Honky Tonk Man, managed by Jimmy Hart, lost the Intercontinental title to the Ultimate Warrior. That's what we're saying?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Let's do it.
I'm good.
I feel good about it.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel good about it because Ransom got me on that train. So yes,
I'm here for it.
He said he had a great time last week despite the technical difficulties. Should be pretty easy since it's the one of the most famous matches of SummerSlam. It was the Intercontinental title, and it was the Ultimate Warrior defeating Honky Tonk Man.
There we go.
Yes. Good
Boys.
job, Ransom. Get me back on track.
Ransom, you're the best, buddy.
You are.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's what we do here. I throw out all the fucking feuds and shit and title histories, and Ransom Ransom is like my Spider-Man goggles, man. He focuses in, and he's like, aha, that's what we're looking for.
Yep.
I appreciate you so much, Ransom.
Yeah, man. I appreciate
your goggles
you,
I am the goggles to your Spider-Man, Beef.
Goggle man. He's the goggle man.
I'm Goggle Man.
The gurgle gurg. Well, boys, this has been actually, and I figured a day delayed, having being off schedule and everything. I'm like, oh man, we're gonna kind of be cattywampus. It's gonna be kind of weird. I think this worked out pretty well. We had the proper amount of salt coming into it. It was good.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I like it.
You can't stop us. The days of the week can't stop us.
Nope.
That's right.
Fuck,
We are undefeated against the weekdays.
fuck you, days of the week. Undefeated.
But yeah, go out there and, for God's sakes, purchase All Out.
Yeah, man.
I don't get on my fucking
Pedestal.
the soapbox too often. God knows I am far from perfect. I stream lots of things without paying for them, including UFC events. Come get me, Dana. But
Wow.
He would. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Send Joe Rogan.
He probably would.
Joe Rogan all fucking derped up with the fucking horse dewormer. Oh God, no.
Oh no.
Oh, Lord.
But no, go out, support AEW, because even though they've been around for a couple of years now, this is still a very important pivot point for them.
Pivot.
So go out there, support them, and support your local indies too.
Indeed.
Take
All
us
right.
home, Poot.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to the P3 podcast, and get ready for All Out this weekend. We want to thank our sponsors, Mr. Tiger, Uppercut Bomb Tom, and his page, Casual Gaming Dad, on Facebook. Check it out, Casual Gaming Dad. That's Casual Gaming Dad. Join Casual Gaming Dad's Corner, and on top of all that loveliness, make sure you go and buy some merch from gouldgaming.com. Search on Casual Gaming Dad. You won't be disappointed with the quality of the merchandise that he has. It is phenomenal above all else. We also want to thank Frig Off Ransom, our very own Mad King. He'll always be my king. The Mad King, Alec Ransom, and his YouTube channel, Frig Off Ransom. Make sure you follow it. He is one of the funniest and also sweetest men that I know in the entire world. Also, make sure you keep it tuned right here on the Pittsburgh Piledriver Podcast YouTube, which you should subscribe to as well, for Beef Raw. Here, you look at Beef's reviews, listen to him talk. He has a lot of good insight because he's our walking, talking encyclopedia of wrestling knowledge and insight. And you might as well just go and subscribe to Poot the Bard as well on YouTube, because you know what? Why not? Even though Poot the Bard hasn't posted a video in a long time because he has a lot of irons in the fire and he's a lazy son of a bitch, you might as well do that as well. You also want to thank Mr. Sean Tischler with his work with IWC in the Pennsylvania area. We really appreciate you, and we hope that we can get out here soon to an independent wrestling shoe. We also want to tell all you folks to get your picks in before noon on Saturday if you want to compete. Go ahead.
do we hold on? Do we want to do Sunday?
Oh, Sunday. Yeah, you're right. Noon on Sunday. You're right.
Day late.
I stand corrected. Get your picks in before noon on Sunday. Noon on Sunday, okay? If you want to compete for the prestigious Cruiserweight Championship and not make it a tag championship anymore.
It doesn't matter. They won't hear this episode before then anyway.
No, they won't. Whatever. Anyway, thank you all very much for all of this. For myself, the Barbarian, Poot the Bard, baby. For the Mad King himself, that's Mr. Ransom the Madman. Want to thank Mr. Beef the Legend. And, of course, one of our co-champions. Beef, by the way, is the other co-champion. But one of our co-champions, Mr. Tiger.
Uppercut.
Bomb Tom. Have a wonderful evening, day, whenever you're listening to this.
Shit.